So I thought I should study in an invertebrate animal that has a very simple nervous system. But Walton Spencer was sort of a mammalian chauvinist. He never wanted to leave the mammalian nervous system. So he thought he would try to study learning in the spinal cord. So he went to the spinal cord, and I began to look around for suitable invertebrate animals that had a simple nervous system and simple behavior. I knew very little biology, so started doing seminars on people on flies and Drosophila worms and crayfish, and then two people working on the snail Aplysia came to the NIH, Vladislav Tork and Angelika Valitaki, and they're French. My wife is French. I invited them both for dinner because Aplysia seemed very interesting. And I decided, because the cells are fewer number, they're very large, that this might be a good system to go. So the question is, where to go? Tork or Valitaki Shalazonitis?
So based on a good dinner, you decided to study Aplysia, right?
Based on 2 good dinners and 2 good seminars. So the dinner was at my house, right? So we discussed it among ourselves, my wife and I. She's French, she's from Paris, and she said, going to Marseille, where Angelika Valitaki works, is like going to Albany. You know what Albany is? How can I pick up a German town that is comparable to Albany?
Small.
I only know the big cities, but it's canine science schools. So my wife said we have to go to Paris, of course. So we went to Paris and had a fantastic year with Vladislav Tork. And that committed me to Aplysia. And from then on, I've essentially spent my whole career on Aplysia. In 1990, I began to also work with the mouse in parallel. But in Aplysia, I took advantage of the simplicity of the nervous system to work out a neural circuit of a simple behavior. I showed that this simple behavior, made up of very few nerve cells, could be modified by different kinds of learning: habituation, sensitization, classical conditioning, operant conditioning. And each of these gave rise to both a short-term memory and a long-term memory, depending on repetition, number of stimuli. And I could work out the cellular mechanisms and the molecular mechanisms of these forms of memory. And I focused particularly on the switch from short-term to long-term memory.
Okay, so starting with psychiatry.